What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? Hey, everybody back in here. I want to y'all back on the late night. Shout out to y'all, man. Real talk. Shout out to all my OGs in the building, Chris, Dan, Introvert. How y'all guys doing, man? Shit. I was like, damn, I got some ice packs to ice my damn Achilles and shit. I've been running a lot recently. So I gotta ice my Achilles and my ankles and shit. But damn, bro. Yeah, the snowstorm got everybody inside. You guys double tap the screen and hit the like button as you guys come in here, man. Yeah, man, we gotta talk about this dating is built on lies, bro. There's so many lies that women tell you that it's just hard to. It's getting to the point, guys, where Chris, you sound more and more logical each and every day. You know, because there's so many different lies that normie women tell you that can be extremely time consuming and it can be extremely frustrating when dealing with these women. And we're going to get into that in just a second. It said, gentlemen, attendance is mandatory. I appreciate it. What up, my guy? What's going on, Dan Patrick? He will be back. This topic is going to ruffle a lot of women's feathers. What's up, man? What's going on, introvert? Nobody cares if women get upset. We way past that stage. Yeah, yeah, I know, but I'm just yeah. Okay, let's be. You said let it be proclaimed. My chicken laid that 31 eggs. So they shout out to you. Said I had finished watching the football game earlier. Shay, I hadn't seen you in a while. He said I found you again. What's going on? Square women. Yeah, them freaking Rams made me mad, man. What's going on with your Rams, introvert? You over there in Cali, man. What's going on with your damn Rams, man? They pissed me off. We got the ugliest Super Bowl ever. The Seahawks and the Patriots. And the Seahawks probably gonna win it all. That's crazy work. Crazy work. Modern day dating is controlled by females. These hoes ain't loyal. Exactly. Exactly. So again, this is something that I've been thinking about recently. We're gonna get into the live stream. This is something that I've been thinking about recently, and it's really been on my mind a lot the past few days, if I'm being honest with you guys, because this is really, if you're a guy and you're kind of like, even you could be a guy that's looking for a relationship or a guy that's just trying to be a player or whatnot. Dealing with these women today, these normie chicks, can be extremely time consuming and annoying and frustrating because they're lying. If you're a player, you'll be like, hey, I'm looking for something fun. And then she'll be like, well, I'm not that kind of girl, which is so stupid because you're not that kind of girl, but you were the same woman that's been trained. You've had multiple one night stands. You've let dudes come over on the first night, didn't even have to take you on the first date. Didn't have to really take you anywhere. You just invited him over and cooked him a meal and smashed on the first date. And now all of a sudden you want to play like you're this innocent, virgin woman, virgin Mary, ready to be married. It's BS. And then you'll be a guy looking for a relationship, and you know, women will say they're looking for a long-term relationship, but when you start lining it up on and asking them valid questions, they either fail the questions of the vetting process or they get turned off because they're so used to dealing with F boys. They secretly like the toxic guys and how they operate that turns them on. So when they come across a real relationship guy, even though they might say on their profile they want a relationship, or even though they might say in real life they want a relationship, they don't want to go through the proper process, which can make that extremely frustrating if you're a guy that's looking for a relationship. So all this stuff is rooted in lies, guys, and it's extremely frustrating. And this is why, Chris's approach, the T, that's our new um, code word, our inside joke, Tijuana. We're just gonna say Tijuana. you know, the Tijuana thing, it makes more sense each and every time because a lot of you guys, you'll go out and cold approach a chick. Okay, you'll cold approach the chick, you'll get her number. You most of the time you'll get it rejected, but let's say you get her number, right? The interaction doesn't stop there. You have to text her correctly. You have to not seem too needy through the text. You gotta have texting game. So you gotta set the date up, find out where she lives at if you're in a major city. If you guys are living in a major city, you gotta find out where she lives at, where you guys can meet, what kind of date you want to go on, ice cream, you know, out to dinner, Chili's, whatever the hell, Cheesecake Factory. And then you gotta hope she texts back whenever you get the number. You gotta hope she texts back because a lot of women, like 40% of women, won't even text you back once you get their number, which is they either gave you a fake number or they got too many hoes. They got too many simps in their phone, so you get crowded. Shout out to Taylor for being in the building. I'll read you guys' comments in the section in a second, but you have that. You set the date up. You gotta hope she don't flake. All right, and let's say she doesn't flake. She gets on the date. Okay, now you pay for the date. You looking for some sex or you looking for something after the date. This she tells you she's not that kind of woman, even though she's done this before, and you know she's done this before because on her profile she has revealing pictures all over of herself and her butt in the air and she got her tongue out in the photos. So you know she's been a 304 the past 3, 4, 5 years. And so you go through all that stuff, and that takes about what, maybe a week, depending on what day you got her number. That process can be extremely frustrating. So the Tijuana thing makes more and more sense each and every day. Like I said, I'm not saying that every guy should do that. I'm not saying that, but the Tijuana thing, it makes sense because first of all, there's no confusion. You know what you're getting. You know what you're getting. There's no games being played. There's no flakes being played. There's no games being played. You guys are honest. She's an honest 304. You know what you're getting. You know the price. There's no flaking. There's no ghosting. There's no playing games. You know what I'm saying? There's no chasing. You get the stack out. She likes the stack or she doesn't like the stack. She might upcharge you or not for whatever service she might have. And then within, hell, 10 minutes, you're going to smash the chick. Right? Like, meanwhile, Chad and Tyrone, he got to go cold approach chicks. And maybe he's cold on day naps and he can get a whole bunch of matches. And that's cool, too. He on the day naps is easy money for him. But while that guy is out cold approaching at the Galleria Mall, you, on the other hand, you could have smashed 5 chicks in the same week while it took him 3 weeks to get one chick that is overweight that wants to come over and let him smash. The chicks that you're paying it for are professionals. They're in shape. They're clean. This chick, she was, what she had. She ain't went to the doctor. She ain't got a blood test. She ain't took a piss test. She could have a whole string of things that you don't know about. It's crazy. We got everybody in the building. Subaru, Taylor, everybody in the building. Shout out to you guys. Let me read some of these comments. He said, no one is tech loyal. Seahawks, they were close. Dating in America is rigged at the point it is at this point. It is. Like, it's getting worse, guys. Like, dating actually is getting worse. It's going to keep getting worse. That's the thing, guys. It's going to get worse. And like Nicholas keeps saying, and I keep saying, like, you have to level up at some level, or just go to Tijuana. So let me get my Richard Sherman jersey on. Hey, shout out to you, man. Hey, Chris, the worst call in NFL history was that interception thrown on the goal line when you could have just gave the ball to beast mode. Bro, I would never for the rest of my life, and I'm not even a Seahawks fan, I will never for the rest of my life forgive Pete Carroll for that mistake. And his career hadn't recovered since that mistake. He said, yes, women are taught dating is a game and we must be manipulators. Yeah, it is, bro. And like they be playing games and you're like, this chick is a 304. She got 50 bodies. And she still wanted to string you along and all this stuff. Homie, she be paying, she got different rules for different guys. She'll let this dude pay for a date while simultaneously having this guy over here that don't do nothing, that just come over and put her face in the pillow. Have her hemming and hawing, saying, "Oh Lord." She got a dude that, homie. So you don't know what dude you are. You could be the new dude that's auditioning to be the new sneaky link because her sneaky link just left. Her favorite eater just left. He's smashing other chicks, and so now she got to find a new. She auditioning for a new sneaky link. The shit. There's so many lies in this shit, and the crazy part is there's no incentive for anybody to tell the truth on either side, which makes it frustrating and it makes it stupid. Dating is ridiculous. He said, "Yes, what's going on, Taylor? The goal is to get y'all before y'all get us." That's how the thing is. But like, that is true. Shout out to you for telling the truth, Shay. Not boasting though, respectfully stating the fact. No, that's some dudes feel the same way, and so it's ridiculous, but it is what it is. But it's like you can't. I firmly believe this, guys. There should be women that they see back in the day they had this shit figured out. The women that were hoes were in the brothels on the street corner. And those areas were away and out of the purview of the average women that most of the men were going to marry. So you had two women. You had the brothel chicks that you would openly pay for, the pros that you would go over here to the sacred part of town that only certain men knew about to get your pleasures met while not diluting the good women or the average women. Because now in today, women don't even realize it. They dress the same as the pros. They dress the same as the escorts. Tight dresses, heels, makeup, clear heels. They're dressed the same as a streetwalker and they don't even realize it. Which makes dating so ridiculous because today we still got the same thing, but the average chick is just hoeing just as much as the brothel chick. The brothel chick or the escort is more honest. She not playing games with you. She want that money and she gonna give you the good service and she gonna go her way and then go to different other guys. This chick, she be playing games with you. One dude she like to smash on the first date. This dude she want a relationship. This dude got to pay money. This dude got to be emotional needs. This dude is just gonna be beta male simp, white knight, orbiter. It's stupid shit, bro. She's playing a game that's completely dishonest. It seems like a lot of women are master manipulators before these men because they have more experience. Introvert, It's like what Chris Rock said. Ever since the woman turned 13 years old, every guy she met, been trying to screw her. When it came to females, I'm a nerd hybrid by some standards, but somehow I managed to talk to beautiful women once in a blue moon. Hey, bro. He said, yeah, she be face me in the pillow. Take command of the situation from the beginning. She will have to follow your lead or she's out. That's true too. You don't even gotta go to TJ. They hoeing out there in Midshire in LA. Hey, Shay, you out there in Cali too? You an introvert out there in Cali? Real dating is scary. I'm so glad I got a sweetheart who treats me like a queen. Yeah, shout out to you because the dating market is crazy. Dating is a nightmare for real. You said, like I said on the last live, if you invite a chick out for dinner, you might as well start paying. Exactly. You you would be money ahead to drive to San Diego and go to TJ. Introvert, what's going on? Subaru, telling you hi. You said, yeah, facts, but that cartel might get belt to ass. Hey, you must be in yeah, Cali. We got two Cali folks in here, introvert and Shay Shay. It's crazy that a lot of ish be saying I be saying I be saying is accurate. I'm not even in a relationship. I just learned from other men. Yet my cholo coworker used to run a brothel in TJ, oldest profession in the world. I feel like men need to start vibing by themselves. Women are optional and put yourself first. That's true too. That's true too. But at the same time, we're males. Your Johnson be screaming at you to get that urge off. You know what I'm saying? And it's a real strong urge for the women out there. Like when that testosterone is high, and this is why I think some women need to let men have multiple women because some of you ladies can't keep up with the appetite. I know you ladies in here right now have dealt with a man that could go 5, 6 days a week easy. And you over here sore as hell trying to keep up and you can't keep up, which is why you need another need another sub in. I mean, it only makes sense, right? I would not say the street girls are clean, not the low levels, the cheap ones, not the cheap ones. The high escorts and all that stuff are better. I've told guys that bad boys get the girls because they have social skills. That's true, and they're different. They have a different persona. They're different from the nerds, the good guys. They're different. Have a different aura. In the end, nerds will win because of their careers becoming worldly successful, understanding female nature. I mean, they'll get some of them will win if they understand female nature. Now, a lot of the nerds will, unfortunately, they'll get Pookie and Ray Ray and Chad and Tyrone early in their lives, and once she has a kid, she figures out she needs a man with finances. She'll go to the nerds. He said, "Oh Lord, you funny as hell." Agreed, Dan. I love nerds. Yeah, great example. DDG paid hell for Ruby Rose and Ruby Smash King Von for nothing. It's all built on aura for real. That's crazy work. It's crazy work. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy work. You know what's crazy too? This is something I've noticed about black women and Latinas. And there's some Latinas. The Latinas that live in the hood, most of the black women in America, they're 3 degrees from Pookie. 50% of the Latinas, 90% of the black women, they've been smashed and or have dated got pregnant by a Pookie. Tell me I'm lying. White women are hovering around, 15, 20%, 10, 15, 20%. As my wife says, all women have had an agenda. Yep. Chris, Chris is married. Chris married to a Eastern European chick. We already know she bad. Good luck on your marriage staying intact long term. Well, Chris, if anybody figured it out, it's probably Chris. You know what I'm saying? True. But y'all be liking the bad guy until she do you dirty. That's true too. The dudes be like in 304s too. They be trying to wipe the 304s. I'm like, homie, why were you trying to fall in love with a streetwalker? Why are you trying to fall in love with an OnlyFans? Like, bro, if you don't smash and get up out of there, bro, come on, man. Coming on 10-year anniversary. Oh, and by the way, she was not born or raised here. I just watched a YouTube video discussing the difference between men and women. BS. Between women and BS. That's true. That's why nerds just keep. I see congratulations. Yep, I'm in LA. It's extremely normalized overtly and covertly. It's too expensive to date for free, to be honest. Damn. So I know Cali and New York is in the same boat. I know that's for sure. I'm okay with men having multiple women as long as they are on. There you guys go. There you guys go. But guys they can't be honest too. That's the problem as well too. I've heard women say that having multiple women as a man makes him a lame or weak. I just don't know how true that is. It doesn't. It don't make you lame or weak. They're just shaming you so they can have monogamy, monopolize. It's the same thing. Okay, so do you want to be with only one person? Okay, you guys come back. You are dating a single mother who is not a widow. You are absolutely wrong. Yeah. And they be single mom. That's the other thing about dating that's completely ridiculous. Thank you for bringing that point up. Homie, you be having the chicks that be with, they be baby mamas and be having standards. I'm like, who the fuck wants to deal with these women on these dating apps as single moms? She's 38 talking about she's dating with a purpose. Don't nobody give a damn about what you think. You need to be focused on that 8-year-old you got running around in your house. You know what I'm saying? You need to really get back with your baby daddy, right? Because you're really his property. If you really want to be honest, you know what I'm saying? You're really his property. Because most men, that's how they view it, which is why they don't want to take care of another man's child. I mean, are we gonna be honest with you guys? Are we gonna be honest in here tonight? See, it's a late night. The kids need to be tucked in. The kids need to be already asleep. I know a lot of y'all don't have school tomorrow, but still, they be playing video games or with the Turtle Beaches on, playing Call of Duty, or they need to be in bed. Cause this that real shit. No kid. This is not PG-13. Tonight, my female friends get played. My male friends get played, but a few are happily married. It's dumb luck. It is. It is. Because the volume of good people is deteriorating. You can't turn a 304 into a housewife. Exactly. Just smash the chick and move on. And that's the thing, introvert. You be having dudes. This is how fucked up the game is. Dudes will go over to the brothel chicks, pay them, and then fall in love. I'm like, bro, you're an idiot. You know she smashed 5 dudes a day. She gotta make a living. This is her job. Why are you falling in love? She don't even view sex the same way as a regular woman. It's crazy, right? We going in tonight. I was a 304, but now I'm converted and devoted. Oh Lord, here we go. Super. At least you being honest, Subaru. I respect the honesty, and since you're honest, we will forgive you for your past doings. Nothing better than an honest woman. It got me feeling like not being liked by women or something subconsciously. If you're wasting a single dollar on OnlyFans or OF girls, you're an it. Exactly, bro. You can watch the X-rated stuff for free, or you can pay for it. You can go to TJ. You can go to TJ. Like Shay said, you go to TJ. That's the inside joke. You can go to TJ. How long do you believe that Klay Thompson, Megan Thee Stallion will last? Maybe a year. That relationship was so random and out of the blue. It's fake as hell. It's fake as hell. Like there's no way. The way those two people think is they're in different planets mentally. Like nobody, like none of you guys in here would have ever guessed that you would assume Klay Thompson and Meg Thee Stallion would have met up and been with each other. Nobody would have guessed it. Nobody saw that coming, which means it's probably manufactured. You know, these celebrities, they constantly play games and all this stuff. And you can't tell me that out of all the dudes that Meg Thee Stallion has smashed, and all the chicks that Klay Thompson has smashed, that he's in love with Meg Thee Stallion. Come on, bro. You said, "Watch the money on OF subscriptions. We can watch the." Yeah, exactly. I've dealt with two. You see what I'm saying, bro? I am undefeated with this shit. Tell me I don't know women, bro. Tell me I don't know women. And it's no judgment on none of y'all. I don't want y'all to like be like feeling shame or nothing like this. I'm just telling the truth. And I'm not saying you should or shouldn't. I'm calling it like it is. You see, I've dealt with two Pookies and Ray Rays in my lifetime. I think it was out of pure adrenaline, sexual attraction, and to be honest, their trenches institutionalized mindset was interesting at the time. No excuses though. Hey, shout out to you for being honest. And see, that's the thing about you being honest with it. Me personally, if you honest with the shit, I can accept it. Hey, I get it. You know, they're unique. Their life, their mindset, the way they protect, their masculine frame is completely different than the average person because their environment is different than the average person. So, really, to be honest with you, a lot of women that, and plus black women, they can't even help it. I've said this numerous times as well. Black women, they prioritize protection over resources. It's a primal instinct that's been bred into them over thousands of years of human evolution. They want they want protection, which is why Pookie is such appealing because he can fight, he can shoot guns, he has a gang, he's more masculine. See, when it comes to Asians and white women, they want guys that are in power positions and status. You know what I'm saying? Like Donald Trump, they want the status positions of a Bill Clinton, of a president. Even though these people can't legitimately fight, they can't defend anything, they just have influence. That's what's more important to them. And this is not all white women or Asian women or all black women or all Latino women. I'm just, generally speaking. No clue, but they look happy, Doc. They adopted a dog too. Super, you what? Don't waste your time. Yeah, it's a waste of time, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what's crazy, Chris? If we were to add like Shay Shay and Subaru, it's gonna be a hard question, but tell the truth. Would you rather your husband or your boyfriend cheat on you with another chick, or would you rather him, would you rather walk in on him beating his Johnson? I'll get to the comment. I'll get to the comment. I'm behind. Not saying you would watch the hub. I was a 304, but then I met a man who understood me, and now I adore him. I'm attached to this man for real. Introvert can't believe it. Subaru, is he going to marry you? Good luck with that relationship staying intact. Hey, I mean, Subaru's being honest with it. At least she being honest with it. So I mean, hey, that's honorable. Introvert thought I was a virgin or something, bro. Introvert, he didn't believe that. I know he didn't believe that. Blueface is literally showing us in real time dating America on a lower vibrational subnormal level. Exactly. He got face tats and be piping them chicks down, bro. Crazy shit. Of course, they're not going to disclose every aspect of their life on social media. They adopted a real life cute together, Megan and Clay. I don't see that shit working. You got a ghetto chick and a suburban guy. That shit don't work. That ain't gonna fucking work. I don't think nothing but at the least, you're honest with about your past. Yeah. Since we're being honest, some people be surprised that I'm still a virgin. Some of my colleagues would be amazed on how some cute females would be comfortable talking to me. Got to get them comfortable. Hey, bro. Introvert, you an introvert the same way. You and Dan. And I don't judge either one of you. You guys, approach life and women the way you want to approach it. Now, me personally, I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. I gotta be smashing the chick. You feel me? But no, that's you guys are practicing semen retention. To be honest, women having sexual desire isn't new. So I guess men should sort of realize that everyone will have a past. Exactly. We don't. Plus, we don't raise. We don't raise women to be virgins to hold out to marriage. And it's we don't. That's lost in the culture. So you're not alone, Dan. Yeah. Walk in on him beating his stuff. What was that your question? Nah, my question was, would you rather your husband or your boyfriend cheat on you with another chick, would you rather walk in on him beating his meat? To be honest, I'd rather him beat his meat. But if I was married, I would understand he would most likely get tired of my kitty and shenanigans and cheat, or shenanigans and cheat. I'm telling you, polygamy, polygyny. You know what I'm saying? I promise you. And plus, it's just better. Wow, you can raise the kids together. You sister wives, you can raise the kids together. You know what I'm saying? You under a rich guy's roof. You protected. It makes too much sense. How about this question? Like, I ain't gonna get into that. How about this question? Would you rather marry a rich simp or a bum bad boy? Women gonna marry the money, typically, yeah, typically, but she gonna cheat with the bad boy if the rich simp can't hit that bottom. You're right, suburban and ghetto don't mix. As a former escort, I have learned most wives don't satisfy men's sexual appetite. So, hey, we got some people in here. We getting some real Shay getting some. We got some real insights. We got some real insights. See, we got so many people on this channel. We got women from all different walks of life. We got dudes that are entrepreneurs, dudes that are ex-military, dudes that are engineers, dudes that's in tech field, blue collar dudes. We got everybody over here, bro. Shay just said, as a former escort, I haven't learned most wives don't satisfy their men's sexual appetite. They don't. And she be playing games half the time, giving him blue balls. Because whenever she gets pissed off by him, what does she do? She withholds the sex. So now he over here like, damn, do I cheat? Do I beat my dick? Like, what the fuck? He don't know what the fuck to think. And he'd be sexually frustrated. And having blue balls as a man is not healthy. It's not healthy for your ball sack because it needs to be cleared consistently. And it's not healthy for your mindset because you'll be focused on women all day. And it's not healthy for you to watch X-rated videos. So getting that need met is a necessity on a consistent basis. Depends, is he an engineer? I can bond with him over space technology. Does he love dogs? Excuse me. I'm a space tech engineer, so I want to be with another engineer who is gentle like me, so my partner fits perfect. Let me take those guys to TJ, walk them down memory lane for me. New experience to them. The strongest game that any man can have is to be yourself and tell the truth. Yeah. Yeah. If a man is passionate about something, he has to own up to it. In order for polygamy to work, the women would have to honestly be very low confident. The pecking order would have to come into play, and also our cycles would sink, and there would be chaos. Mm. Would the cycles sink? That's kind of crazy. The pecking order, but like the pecking order means that there would be a hierarchy of which chick is better than the other chick. You know what I'm saying? Which means she gets better, more privileges than this other chick. I don't think that's productive. I think that would cause more jealousy. It would have to be equal thing as a man treating the women equally. And I'm not saying he should have 10 wives, because how the hell you can't have 10 wives and treat them all the same and give them all the same attention and smash all of them and give them all money. That's not feasible unless you're a 8-figure guy. You can maybe do three, two. TJ like a red light district. Yeah, we're all very different people in here. Yeah, we got everybody in here. She would have some crazy stories, like your line of work, unless you're in school. The female would turn it into a pecking order. It happens every time. Women don't work very well together, to be honest, unless I can brainwash them and humble them to the core. Mm. Yeah, I've had questions about that, because it's like, damn, do you have the same women know each other, or do you like you put them under some different roofs or under different roofs, houses? But that you can't do that because you don't know what the fuck she's doing when you ain't there. And these women today, as soon as she leave you, she takes another nigga. Crazy shit. So you have to have some kind of supervision under it. It's crazy. I don't think there's a perfect solution, but granted, if you're gonna go polygamous route, you got to get this woman that's raised in a Mormon or Muslim culture. This may be off topic, but one of my old friends asked me, "What do I want? Do you want a wife, girlfriend, or be a player?" That's my only problem, just being honest. Well, I'm either gonna be single or have a polygynous situation. I know that's for me personally, and I'm not getting legally married because that didn't make any sense. I'm not getting the state involved in my love life. But you could get married and still not get the state involved, though. As associates, don't get set up in TJ. It's dangerous out there because that's well, you got to move a certain way. You pretty much have to be the PIMP of your household. Yep. Do you want to get in the business, engineering, arts? Yeah, religious background would work perfectly. They're brainwashed. Yeah, yeah, they already accustomed to it. They mom was already adapted to it. So I live across the hall from an escort, nice girl, independent. I've been thinking about business, but first I was thinking about getting the trade. A woman might not treat if you got some motion of hers, and you can be a source of some resources, but other women they will get emotional and feel abandoned and throw it away. Yeah, at some point the human emotion will come in, and the human emotion causes a lot of problems within everything. But yeah, guy, it's so many, it's so much crazy shit going on, bro. A woman will be texting you and saying that she miss you and she love you and all that shit. And the dude, excuse me, the dude she just finished smashing just walked out the door. She sent you a text while she getting herself washed up. Mhm. It's crazy. It's crazy out here, guys. As a man or a woman, you really can't trust what anybody is saying. That's how thick the lies is. And like I said, there's nothing to keep it. There's nothing incentivizing men and women to tell the truth. It's ridiculous. And hell, to be honest with you, if we being honest, we want to be all the way real tonight. There's a good portion of men and women that can't accept the truth, so you have to lie to them. Ain't that crazy? Shasha knows the deal. Yes, she do. Yeah, she know what's up. Chris, yes, Chris, she know what's up. To be honest, cheating boils down to how you respect your. If you don't respect that, you gonna cheat. Yeah, I see more and more stuff on social media about how marriage is punishing men and favoring women. It's always favored women. If you were poly, would you be intimate together or separate? That's the thing, and that's where the jealousy could kick in. Because I'm not. It would probably have to be separate because I don't want to corrupt these women. Like you gotta understand, like I don't view polygyny as like an orgy. That's not these are if you're gonna go the polygyny route, these are wives. These are good women. These are women that are smart, intelligent, or feminine women. You know what I'm saying? That are covered up and all this stuff. Like they're not. This is not an orgy. So the intimacy would have to be separate. You know what I'm saying? And that would be hard for them to accept because she get this night, she get that night, and then they keeping track of time. Like, well, she got an extra hour. Well, you took her out. It could get exhausting. Now, granted, there are some relationships where dudes would be like, like what's that movie called? Superfly, where the dude got two chicks and they know about each other and they like each other and they kiss each other and it's really a threesome. Yeah, she missed the resources facts or whatever. She can get it from another guy who is poking her. Because unfortunately, men don't have it all. Good D, hella money, and good personality. Yeah, that's a rare thing. That's true. That's very true. It's unfortunate for women. It's just like with guys. Like you want a chick with curvy, with the big chest, with the super slim waist, with the big behind. Like that's rare. Now, granted, you can find it, but she'll be an Instagram model, which means she got a BBL. So women feel like they gotta have several. That's true. Then they need to go the brothel way. You know what I'm saying? That's the myth that we think about women. Every once in a while, those brothel chicks be really happy being brothel chicks. Not all of them are struggling trying to make money. Some of them chicks like having intercourse with multiple guys. It is what it is. Introvert, I get that. I have the advantage of being older and the kids are not fooling the cat. Yep. This is also off topic, but I remember my childhood crush wanted to help me out with my math homework, but I refused. Nowadays, she's married and adopted a child. I dodged a bullet. Yeah, that's crazy. Damn, she lying to her. You know what's crazy? She'll be lesbian, but she don't want to. And maybe the dude can't take that. Maybe the dude can't accept that. But some chicks be lesbian and they be wanting to have threesomes, but the dude can't take the truth. Or some of the women, they be selfish and they don't want to share their man because the other chick could possibly take their man. It's crazy out here. Bro, the shit crazy. It be gay dudes like that too. They be fully gay and have a child and be married and shit. I saw my IG post saying that 80% of black men marry black women. What are your thoughts on that? Yeah, most people stay within their race. Interracial dating is not really a thing. You see it on the internet, but really in real life, it's not really a thing unless you're in Cali or in the city, in the big cities. I feel like it's also a good lack of fulfillment. If I'm in some dude's DMs while I got a man, means I'm not fulfilled. Yeah, learned from observation. Where are you from? I think she's from Cali. After Vivid, the ism got blew up and the game got F because square girls were trying to entertain the game with finesse and pure transactional rhetoric and action. Shh. Bro, Shot giving y'all the game, bro. And that's what I'm saying. That's why back in the day they had the shit right because they would keep the brothel chicks away from the average women. Most of the time, the average women didn't even know the brothel chicks, the pros, even existed. So they stayed traditional. They stayed wearing big long dresses. Homie, really what messed it up was the television, pop culture, and social media. They like, damn, these 304s are getting attention for showing their cleavage, for having their butt exposed. The average women are like looking at that shit. I want that kind of attention. I want that kind of attention and money and likes and etc. The kind of men that they get. I'm gonna do this shit too. So now they both combine together. So you know what the fuck's who's what. Miles was good, family. Salute, bro. Hey, shout out to my man Zaire. Hey, bro, we ready for the new content to drop, homie. Shout out to Zaire in the building. OG Zaire. You didn't dodge just a bullet, you adopted a major missile. It depends on how you look at it. Yeah, Doc Smith. Sometimes if a guy is a rapper, music artist, or an athlete or a criminal, you have a better chance of getting women and girls than a 9 to 5 guy or a rich guy. That's facts. Because the young women, when they younger, they want excitement and thrill and fun. What does that entail? Chaotic man, smoking weed, drinking alcohol, getting bit down in the back of the parking lot. Pookie does all that shit. He's a young woman's wet dream. Good D. Cause like whenever she's young, she's like, damn, I know most of the guys my age don't have any money. But I'm in my fun phase. Pookie fits everything she wants in her young, fun, and chaotic years, homie. He fits it perfectly. She an adrenaline junkie. He got a motorcycle. He be getting the shooter outs and he be driving the car. swerving the car, getting away from the ops and shit. She done seen him beat up a dude, bruh. Like, homie, interracial dating also comes with challenges and potential social consequences. That's true too. It's increasingly decaying, but it's still there to a degree. So, what are your thoughts on interracial dating? If it works, it works. The problem's gonna come in not from the young people, but from the parents that are from an older generation. That's where the problem's gonna come in from the parents. Gentlemen, just wait until you get to go over to your 30-year class reunion. You will be happy you missed the nuke that went off. They will recognize you and you have no idea who they are. Believe me, facts. Hey, we got some wisdom in here. I'll be listening to Chris. Yeah, Shy. People play the field the moment they're not happy. Exactly. Unfortunately, there are some women turning into brothel shit. That's because they think sort of like the long term. I know hella women that want a 9 to 5 guy, but don't think they're y'all attracted to them. Mm, that's crazy work. Why you say that? Y'all want a Christian bad bitch that's gonna turn her into a freak only for you. Hey, that's where dudes get delusional. Homie, if you want a virgin or a traditional woman, that means she's not sexually experienced, which means she's probably vanilla. You gotta teach her or accept that. So dudes be delusional too. They be delusional too. they don't want the woman to be a 304, but they want her to suck D like a 304. But your virgin wife to suck D like a 304. It's crazy, bro. They don't make no sense. I thought interracial dating was normalized by now because many of my Asian white couples, yeah. I mean, in this generation, millennials and Gen Z, now Gen X and the baby boomers, they still got their problems. And some of them is still they accepting it. Yeah, I've been called that out. Yeah, white dudes typically when white women ain't acting right, they go Asian. When it comes to modern dating, many of these young people be looking old because of their lifestyle. As for me, 38, my old high school classmates said I'm aging gracefully. Yep. When you do the right thing, you get your sleep, you exercise, you stay away from stress, you keep making the right decisions, you good. A lot of females be cosplaying as church girls, but be in the streets too. That's true too, Shot. Yeah, that's true too. Miles, I'm pivoting to leaving America for possibly the Philippines or Thailand. Plus, I'm doing solid in day training for passive income to live overseas. Goal for me to leave America, Miles. Yeah, I'm gonna. I mean, that's my goal too to have a retirement visa in a different country. So I'm gonna meet you over there eventually. Now, granted, I ain't the most attracted to Asian women. Shout out to my Asian women. The Asiatic body is just not. But the Thailand women be thick over there. So shout out to them. But yeah, I need some curves, so I'm gonna have to go black or Latina, or get a white girl that's thick every once in a while, and that's every once in a while. As far as interracial, went to dinner and a hockey game with white men, it all feels a bit fetishy, and I don't like. You guys say all that. Yeah, that's the problem when you go black and white. Shy, nobody wants to talk about it, but you don't know and this comes from the men's side and the woman's side. You don't know if it's a fetish. If you're a black man dating a white woman, you don't know if she got a fetish for the BBC. You don't know if a white guy dating a black, you don't know if it's a fetish or it's legitimate, love there. Then are you willing to wait for marriage? Shasha, I know what you mean. I don't know if they fetishize Asians like that. They love Asians. They would. Wife of Asian up like in 6 months. Just popped into the show. Love before I shut down for the night. I gotta be up early in the morning. Salute. Hey, salute to you, Zaire. Be safe on the road, man. Yes, 16. That's facts. I'll put it this way: it depends on the female that I find compatible with. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it don't. Doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah, I did hear about that too. Shot. Yeah, like the Philip. Yeah, yeah. But them Asian women, they be too skinny, bro. You said, Miles, are you a chubby chaser, bro? You call them chubby chasers? Women with flat stomachs but big behinds is chubby chasing, bro. Come on now, Chris. Don't hit me with that, bro. Hey, some guy LLC, what's going on? Why you say that, bro? You said 16 and pregnant was a psyop, in my opinion. Why you say that? Or white men like Asians because they think their kitty is tiny, which makes them feel. Whoa, shot. That's crazy work. I don't know. Hey, Chris, you gonna have to? I don't. What do you think? I don't know, homie. That's crazy. I've never heard that shot. That's crazy. Is that true, Chris? I don't know, bro. My man Chris shaming me. You chubby chaser, bro. You said like them thick, but not damn. Yeah, I don't like. She got rolls and she got a stomach. Hell no. 16 and pregnant was a side, in my opinion. She got me dead too, right, Subaru? Filipina is inviting to any possible green card. Yeah, Chris just hit you all over the head. They're like, yeah, they being nice so they can get an opportunity to get out of their own country, that poor country. This is my old kitty is diabolical. Yeah, Shot hitting us with the crazy shit. I'll put it this vaguely. Look at the cast numbers featured, then compare that with the timeline of birth rates. Then think about we have too many people in the 2000s. Then y'all aren't having enough babies, so we are shipping in third world. You're not off. Oh my God. Y'all see what the fuck Shot just said? Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. She said, I work in healthcare with many Asian women and white doctors. This is what they both told me. Shit. What they say, sex ain't about sex, it's about power. I don't know what the fuck to say, Shasha. That's crazy work. That's a crazy realization I've never heard before. Damn. But that's why we got you on the channel. Introvert, I'm saying it how it is. It's biological. Teen pregnancies tend to. That don't make any sense. Excuse. What does that mean? Research. Teen pregnancy meaning more dangerous. What do you mean? Women start their ovulation. What they start their period start like at what 15, 14? Like Mary and Joseph and all them most young, a geriatric adult geriatric pregnancy is way more dangerous than a 17-year-old having a child. That's crazy, Subaru. Y'all crazy. I date this chick from Taiwan, not bad. That's fucking crazy. Shot giving us the game. Hey, hey, the channel is called Organized Truth. It's 12 o'clock where I'm at. The kids supposed to be asleep. We spitting that real shit tonight. No, but jokes aside, it's biologically. We don't gotta be freaking out about it. What do you mean? What's biology? The research may be correct, but we've learned to lean too hard in the other direction. Now we are doing 30s, which is even more risky. Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. To add, oh Lord, she about to give us some more harsh truth. You guys brace yourself. She said to add, white men be scared to mess with black women, or white women who were with black men because they think their kitty cat got stretched. I mean, we all have heard of similar stories. Yeah, like really, and I hate to say this shit. This is not where I want to take this shit, but we gonna keep this shit real. I'm gonna change the channel to organize real. But guys, if you look at human nature and you analyze it, if you look at racism, really it's rooted in mate guarding. That's all I'm gonna say. Those nurses be worst types of women to date out there in professions. He says, "Have you never slept with an Asian girl?" I have, and she was she was saying some crazy shit. She was saying some crazy shit. She was an Indian woman. Shout out to my Indian women. But like a younger woman, her body can recover a lot faster though because she's young. You ever seen a woman that had a kid at 18, 19 years old? She be having a kid. She have a kid, and at 22, she look like she didn't have a kid. They recover a lot faster. The younger you are, because pregnancy is a lot. It's a traumatic experience. So the younger you have it, the more your body can recoup. The quicker your body can recuperate. It's just like with an athlete. When you're 21, 22, you can recover from an injury fast. But when you're 33, hell, you get an ACL tear, that shit gonna take forever for it to heal because you're older. A lot of white dudes like Asians because they really like us and they're nice because they're nice and quiet and come from cultures that are family oriented. It's like a coin toss with Asians and a lotto ticket with the rest. I'm sure. What Dan said he gonna go over. That's a crazy super. That was a crazy story. You know what's crazy? You want me to tell that story, Subaru? Y'all want me to tell that Indian story? And she was an Americanized woman. So like she didn't her roots weren't she wasn't raised like an Indian or nothing like that. She's like a second generation American. Indian American. So she don't know the Indian culture. She don't really know like anything like that. Yeah, yeah, Chris, that's true. No, it's more like in group preferences. Like a lot of black parents get mad when their kid brings home someone who is. That's true too. It's like not dating a bi girl because you're dealing with way more possibilities. Some with the race thing. Yep, that's crazy work. Shot. She said the nurses chicks be driving S classes and be cash up and they pook, bro. I'm telling you, I dated this girl from India and it drove her brother absolutely nuts. Yeah, yeah. The Nissan. That's a poor woman's vehicle. Nissan Altima. That's true. Shit, I be the same way, Shasha. I be asking them questions too. I do it in like a curious way, but like in my honest opinions, nerd have one advantage. Many people will underestimate you. That's true. CNA Bob's is crazy word. She said, "Yes, I want to hear it." Yeah, it's a harsh truth. That's for real. But it's not because they think some of it is, but really is rooted in mate guarding, unfortunately. But anyway, let me tell this story, bro. So like I forgot, we went to this damn ice cream place. And homie, this chick, I swear to God, bro. I'm not even kidding, guys. So we go to this ice cream place and she just one of these chicks that just talk, talk, talk. I'm like, homie, like she don't stop talking. I'm talking about like she doesn't have a pause in between her sentences. Like she just keeps going. I'm like sitting here thinking to myself, damn, like how the hope this she got run on sentences. And homie, it's just going story after story. I ask a question, she go on for 10 minutes. Ask another question, go on for 10 minutes. And like, granted, that's how it's supposed to go. Typically, that's how you know she's interested in you. But it's like, damn, like every once in a while, you get you a few sentences here every once in a while. But no, bro, I probably said 20 words in an hour. And like I was over this shit. I was like, man, fuck all this shit. So I was like, hey, you want to come over for a glass of wine? And she was like, I would love to. The rest was history. The rest was history. Now I ain't gonna tell you what she said once I got inside, but it get like that. I'm gonna just say she was ovulating. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh yeah, there were entire forums of doctors discussing that nurses they passed around. I forgot the site, but it's supposed to be for medical shit. It's just a degeneracy. So you mean the medical industry got their own version of the T app? They got their own version of the T app. I see white Asian everywhere though, Dan. Yeah, they do. They do, Subaru. That's a real thing. Oh yeah, shot shot. There was no way. There was absolutely no way I was gonna. Yeah, Asian chicks, unless you from Thailand or the Philippines or some homie, they don't want no black people. That's a real thing. And people talk about white folks is racist, all this stuff. Black folks is racist, but them Asian people be racist too. Tell me I'm lying. I love my Asian community, but they're so racist even against me. It's tribalism against everybody. Black people have it, the colorism within the black community. White people have it amongst white people. I'm a Brit. I'm the top one. Or, you're Italian and you're lower than me, or you're, you know, 20 words an hour. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, Shasha is telling, bro, she giving y'all the game, homie. She is giving y'all the game, homie. Bruh, she said they have to clean and bring them to the morgue. They they grieve through sex, hookah, and alcohol because women trauma, how they deal with trauma is through intercourse. That's a game that nobody heard about. This Indian girl I had, the Indian girl I was with hardly ever talked, hardly talked. Yeah, this woman, she was an Americanized Indian woman. Like she not from the ground. Like them Indian chicks from the real India, they don't talk. Like you said, Chris, they don't talk at all. No disrespect, but in my opinion, white, yeah, I mean they like petite. They like petite. That's for sure. Asians are insular in nature. Japan actually has the balls to stand up to the boatloads of foreigners coming in. Honestly, we have to a lot to learn from them. Yeah, yeah. And I didn't realize how many Asian people there was on the planet Earth. Like what is it, like 40% of the planet is Asian? Like I think that map is wrong because like the map we are given, Africa is like way bigger than that, and I think Asia is way bigger than the map too. In short, we're not gonna get into that talk. That's a behind the wall talk. I ain't gonna get into that talk with you guys. I was in Japan for 6 months, and the girls are a game. It was a party. Shout out to you. Yeah, them soldiers, man. Chris, he a soldier. The original passport bros. Yeah, Shasha know what's up. She know for real. Shout out to her. But you know what's crazy? The Asian women can attract any guy on the planet, but the Asian man can only attract an Asian woman. Ain't that shit crazy? An Asian woman can attract any man on the planet Earth, but an Asian man can only really date Asian women. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Ever heard the term? You gotta tell us what that is. Jesus help is weird. Little brown F machine. I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard of that. That's the power of fetishization, Miles. You're not lying. Yeah. Don't know, homie. It's damn near the same way for Mexican men too. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's damn near the same thing with Mexican men. Shout out to my Latino guys. A Latina can get any black man, majority any black man or white man, but the Latino man typically got to stick with the Latinas. And the Asians, homie, don't know white woman, don't know black woman, don't know Latino woman, want an Asian man. One, because they're shorter, and two, you already know the rest. Shasha gonna probably say it out loud for us. I think Asian men are not as aggressive as others. I wouldn't say that. The martial arts and all, Musashi and Art of War, that's where all that shit, I went Muay Thai, all that stuff, Hapkido. They teach in the military, Jiu-Jitsu. All that shit is Asian stuff. Wrestling is Western. Boxing is Western. There are some white women who fetishize black men with the wrong I mean, it goes both ways. They were taking bumps in the car. That's crazy. Light skinned men can pull any race. Don't come at me. That's true too. Hey, at some point, if you, it don't matter what race you are, white, black, Latino, Asian. If you are attractive, you're attractive to everybody. So you're a part of the attractive human race. You your own category. And from my experience, I can speak from experience. That is a real thing. You attractive to everybody. The Asians be tricky though. Like the Asians, they be. I go to the damn spa to get my manicure sometimes, and like 3, 4 Asian chicks be like, he's attractive. He's attractive, but they can't be seen. They can't be seen. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I mean. There are a lot of different race of women that like Asian men, especially the K-pop ones from K-drama. Yeah, them weirdo women. But like, I'm not saying all. I'm just saying majority. Yeah, you get you a white woman like Bruce Lee. You know what I'm saying? But on average, Chris was crazy back in the day. He said, "Man, I hung upside down on a pull-up bar with my knees and drank a beer. Those Japanese chicks were all over me." Shout out to Chris for being in the club, being an entertainer. I agree with light skinned men are mixed, so they're viewed exotic. That's true. Yeah, manicure, pedicure. Yeah, you can get a manicure, homie. Manicure, pedicure. And like when you get a manicure as a dude, you don't get no damn nail polish. You either get a clear coat or no coat at all. Really no coat at all. you know, just that melanin, Subaru. I swear, I'm the token white boy here. Shout out to some guy. Bro, I ain't seen you in forever, bro. I hope you've been doing all right. I know you guys be having lives and stuff, and I know you guys it'd be hard for y'all to catch a live, but it'd be good to see y'all, man. So not all yellow boys are mixed. That's true. Some just look bright, but I thought the other cultures like heavy melanated men. It goes both ways. Oh, I'm okay. Stepmom passed away. Well, my condolences. Moving back in with my dad in a couple months to help the dad out. But I'm sure everything will be all right. Yeah, I'm sure everything will be all right too. You know, me along with everybody else in the chat, we send our condolences to you, some guy, wishing you the best, bro. Real talk. I did not know that, introvert. Damn, Shasha, that's crazy. How you get like that, Shasha? What's going on? It's true, man. There's some truth to that, damn Patrick. Now, granted, that don't mean every white woman or every Latina or every Asian woman likes melanin, because that ain't true either. But yeah, you guys send your last little bit of questions and comments as we wind down. We had a very good stream tonight, guys. A very good stream tonight. Excuse me. Shasha was giving us some game that a lot of you guys didn't even know about. It's crazy work. It's crazy. It's crazy. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat, bro. I almost spilled my damn water. Her former employer did it to her. If it exists, then don't go. Yeah, you've been warned. Don't go. You guys are amazing. Based on my comments, do you think that I was married or in a relationship? Just whenever my initial first impression, just from seeing your profile or whatnot, I figure you were a married man, but you were an aware married man. That's what I would have assumed. Now once you started talking, I'm like, yeah, he just a single dude. But initially, I thought you were a married man that was awake. You know what I'm saying? There's some like Chris. Like Chris is a married man that's awake. Like he understands female nature. Like he's not shocked if his wife turns or does some goofy shit or whatnot. He selected his girl for a reason, and she's a good woman. So he understands female nature and how women act. So that's how I was thinking you were in your situation. You said hit the like buttons, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, double tap the screen. We got 10 of y'all in here, but only 4 likes. You guys should double tap the screen and hit the likes to get the likes up. Especially, if the likes are free, especially if you aren't going to donate to the show, which I understand times is hard, but at least double tap the screen and hit the like button, guys, on the vertical lives. I got like that because I used to go with my dad to women's houses when he was, yeah. Yeah, and plus Shasha exposed what she used to do in earlier in the chat. I'll let you guys scroll back up. Wait, that's messed up. I'm sorry to hear that. So you lost your attraction. That's very unfortunate. So yeah, guys, we're gonna wind the stream down. You guys send your last little bit of questions and comments as we wind down, and we're gonna get up out of here, man. You guys get you some sleep. He said just to understand your viewpoint about my 20, early 20s. Hey, we all been there, bro. I need to get up and take care of those chickens early in the morning. Yeah, bro. Hey, yeah, we about to get off the live stream. Off the corn. Yeah. Y'all stay off the corn websites. It's gonna mess your head up. But yeah, guys, we gonna get off the live stream, guys. She said, y'all are amazing. Thank you for letting me bear my truth. I hope everyone finds peace and solace. Yeah, you as well, Shasha. So yeah, guys, that's gonna bring us to the end of the live stream. I really appreciate everybody for coming in here. Hell, there's too many of y'all to name. We got a shout out to Chris, Introvert, Shasha, Subaru, Dan, Taylor was in here earlier, Zaire was in here earlier. My man, some guy is in here. It's so many of y'all. I might forget y'all's name, but shout out to every one of y'all that showed up, my OG moderators, all of you guys for being in here. Had a fantastic stream. See, we slowly building up this community, guys. We slowly building it up and including more people. So, you know, we getting there. You guys, I might go live tomorrow or I might not. So we'll see. But if I do go live, it's going to be around 9, 10, 11 o'clock. So you guys stay tuned. So, yep, I appreciate you guys. See you guys then. If I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you Tuesday. Peace.